Okay, today's video is an extension of yesterday's video about our Florida trip. And I remembered that I forgot to mention a couple of things yesterday, so I'm going to talk about them today. This is vlog number 31, and basically what I wanted to add, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, you can go and watch that before you continue watching this one, because I'm not going to run through the getting to Florida part. I'm going to just continue off from once we were already in Florida, in Sarasota. So the first thing we did when we came to Sarasota is we took a trip around Florida. We took a trip around the bottom part of Florida, from Sarasota down to Naples, and then we crossed over through the jungle to Miami, and then went up the coast to Orlando, and then crossed back over to Sarasota. A couple of things that was interesting on this trip is actually, before we even took this trip, I think it was maybe the second or third day when we got there, we found out that there was a rocket launch at the Cape Canaveral. And so we actually drove there overnight. It took us, I don't know, 3-4 hours, maybe 2 hours. I don't even know how long it took us. But we had to go from Sarasota and cross over into Orlando and go to the space area over there. And the launch was, I believe, at 6 in the morning. So everybody got over there like 4 in the morning, and we just parked about 2 miles.
Our internet is down.
Right, I unplugged it. I forgot. Sorry.
How do I plug it in?
What do you need?
Need to go on Amazon?
On the computer?
Yes.
Can't right now. I'll plug it in a minute. I unplugged our internet and forgot about it. See? So we got there about 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, and there was a whole bunch of people parked all over the place on all the streets and roads that you could see like 2 miles towards where the launch pad is. There's no way to get closer than that. You have to park, you have to watch it from like the side this way, like south of the launch pad, or you have to drive around a couple of miles north and watch it from there. We were gonna originally go to the beach and watch it from the beach, but that beach was closed for some reason. So everybody was parking on the road that takes you to the beach. And so we parked there, and it was still dark. And we were sitting there with a whole bunch of other people waiting for it. And then when the rocket launched, took off, like you see this huge ball of fire. And so it's dark, right? And when it started taking off, the entire sky turned like daytime. Like everything lit up like daytime. And we were 2 miles away. Anyway, so it went up, and we watched it go up into the clouds, and it flew all the way up, and then it had 2 boosters that came off, and they were making their way down. into the ocean somewhere. They were gonna fall into the ocean. But when they when they flew off, they were continuing to burn, and you can see in the sky these weird, not shapes, but this weird light show from both of them. It was really cool. It was still dark, so you could see all of this weirdness in the sky. That was pretty cool. Like if you didn't know that it was a rocket, you would think UFOs for sure. Anyway, and then we came back to Sarasota, and then a few days later, we did the trip. So we went down to Naples and went on. I think there's only one main pier over there, on the into the Gulf of Mexico. So we went on that pier and we saw dolphins there. Okay, I'm having a problem with my timing. So I know we went to Clearwater Marine Aquarium before this, and we paid to see dolphins. So this must have been maybe a week later. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that we saw dolphins for free off the pier after we paid a bunch of money at the aquarium to see dolphins. That was cool. Naples is beautiful. It's paradise beyond words. And then we crossed over to Miami, and we were driving through this jungle. Like normally I'm used to driving in the forest, like from going from Spokane to Seattle or whatever. You're going through forests or you're going through desert. But here you're going through a forest of palm trees. That was weird and cool. But there was nothing, like there's just nothing. Just palm trees, really thick palm trees. You can't get through them. It's just vegetation on both sides of the road. And you're driving halfway to Miami. There's a little opening and there's like a gas station and things like that. And then again, nothing, just jungle all the way to Miami. And in Miami, it was nice. We went to a museum of some sort. Maybe a science museum? I don't remember what it was. And we drove around, looked around. We had Siri take us to a some sort of restaurant, and it took us through like the ghetto area or some kind of sketchy neighborhood that we were pretty uncomfortable in. And then we got out of it, and then we went to some stores over there. We found a Russian store, like it was huge, a huge Russian store with all kinds of Russian produce. When I say Russian, I mean Slavic or just East European food, I guess. I'm just used to calling it Russian store. And they had like the deli area. They had all kinds of food you could buy that's already prepared, and you can eat it right there outside or wherever. Really cool store. Wish we had one around here, but you get what you can get, right? And we just drove all the way around over there, and then we went up more north. We drove by Trump's what's it called, the golf course, or not golf, the club in Palm Springs. Drove by there. That was cool to see. Looked inside through the opening area where the cars drive in. we can't really see anything else. We kept driving along the coast in Palm Springs, and there's these amazing, huge houses. Like the ocean's over here, we're driving, and the houses are over here. And so they have this beach area right across from the houses. And so we stopped in one of the places and went and just to rest a little bit, to play with the water and stuff. And there was a couple of people sitting there on the beach. They're probably people from the houses over there, thinking, "What are these? What are these? I don't know, peasants doing on our beach?" Anyway, so we continued to drive. Don't remember anything else going north to Orlando. And then we didn't go to Disney World or anything like that. We just drove by there, kind of peeked into that area. But we had too much going on as it was, and too many expenses, so we didn't plan that into our trip. Anyway, so that was a cool thing, that road trip. So the reason we did this is we wanted to really see what Florida was like in different places, because Sarasota was so nice and so mellow. We really enjoyed that. Like the traffic was normal, it wasn't crazy. But Naples is very laid back, rich neighborhood, I would say. If you can think of, like, Florida itself is a rich neighborhood mostly, but the Naples area is really for the rich. Miami is just a huge city. Like, if you think of a huge city, that's what it is. People are in a hurry. There goes Ginger, the crazy Ginger. Anyway, you think of this is what I live with. You think of a big city, and that's what it is. There's traffic, people are inconsiderate, people are cutting you off, flipping you off, everybody's in a hurry. Not my style. Really beautiful beaches, and just everything is beautiful, but the lifestyle is too fast for my taste. Everything else is in, like, between. Orlando is kind of also a big city, but not as fast as Miami. But Sarasota is just what the doctor ordered. I like it. We also went up to Clearwater, looked at that, and Tampa. I didn't really like Clearwater. I mean, it's nice and beautiful, but something's off with it. I did not enjoy it. It wasn't I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it for some reason. And then this last year when we went there, we wanted to look at a couple of other cities that were kind of in the middle of the state, in the middle of the peninsula, just to see, because the real estate is better over there. It's cheaper. So we went all the way up to Ocala. I think it's between Tampa and Orlando, but a little bit north of Tampa. So we looked at that. It's just a small farm city. I don't know, just a regular city. And then we drove down to Lakeland, which is to the east of Tampa, maybe a little bit lower, a little more south. That's a nice suburb, I would say. I'd live there. It's not far from Tampa and Sarasota. The real estate is not horrible there. It's away, kind of away from inland and away from the first hit of hurricanes, I would say. Probably more humid and hot, more inland over there. I don't know. That's my memories of that area. Anyway, I think that's all I can add at this point. I can't think of anything else. If I come up with something else, I will definitely do another video because Florida is on my mind these last 2 years. And I think about it a lot. If nothing else, I'm going to be a, what's it called? Winter bird? What is it called? Snowbird. Snowbird. A winter bird. English is my second language. What do you want? Okay. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and leave a comment. If you could leave the word Florida, Florida road trip in the comment for the algorithms, I would appreciate it. Thanks so much. I will see you in the next video.